Hey, it is Friday, the 3rd of July 2026. Looking at gold on the overnight markets and on the daily chart, we've had this very strong push up, all in, of course, the non-farm payrolls and unemployment rate figures that came out 10:30 p.m. my time last night. And that was pretty much it. Sort of any downside from the open, and just this massive push up on that unexpected news, which we'll have a look at. So this 4,000 level held. As we can see, there was no daily close below that, but this now has closed above last Wednesday's and moving up. We've gone into this value area high and point of control from the Tuesday, so this wasn't touched, and now it's finally been traded through. That happens quite a lot in the market. It's good to leave these zones on as potential targets for price to go into. And so a very bullish day, leaving these lows that are starting to stack now. But moving on from where price is moving, I would expect at least yesterday's high to get targeted even quite early, so we might get that push down and then push back up. This is no longer valid as it's been traded through, so I'll immediately get rid of that. Checking on the volume profile while we're on the daily, just to see where, I'll come down to the lower time frames to see where we're at. There we go. So once again, very high up in the day, as most of the trading was done in New York at these higher levels. So these have all been taken out now. Dropping down to the 5-minute, and we'll have a quick look at the news. So that one news candle's left this huge gap in the market, straight through the point of control, straight through the value area high, and right up through this daily high here that I had marked. The news was, where are we? I don't think I can bring it up, that's a shame. So looking at, this is from Trading Economics, so gold prices jumped to 4,100 an ounce on Thursday from an 8-month low. The reserve rate hikes might be getting scaled back because the jobs data was weaker than expected. That's the main thing. It's always, the market's always about expectations and future expectations. Unemployment fell unexpectedly. There's that word again, to 4.2%. That's why you get that big move in positions. The futures, Fed funds futures now price in less than a 50% chance of a September rate hike, down from 67%. The new Fed Chair Kevin Warsh has noted easing inflation expectations, but reaffirms their commitment to price stability. And another interesting one, the gold also gained support from increased oil shipments through the Strait of Hormuz. Why does that matter? Is that because if oil prices are dropping, that means that is soothing inflation concerns. So just a little bit of economic behind what's going on there in the market. For today, we'll switch on the fire lines. So the question is, will some of this huge gap up be reversed? Really nice support coming in off that first upper fire line. It's good to see those in action. Where are we now? Just make sure we've got that proper gold one on. So we are inside the volume profile zone from last night. We are above the point of control. I'll get rid of these now. We have yesterday's high up here, which also lines really nicely with this. We've probably had a little bit of a signal there for a price discovery continuation at 825. It'd be interesting to see if that keeps on moving up now, because we've got the value area high target here. We've got the first upper fire line in the previous day. So if this starts to move up, we can either see fade value area extreme sell if we see weakness, or we get this breakout, a retest, and to target the previous day's high. I don't really want to sell obviously into the upper value fire line because we're in price discovery with the fire lines, or selling into a slowly upsloping dynamic value line point of control. And I'll get rid of this now. And we have the value area low here. So selling into here doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Of course, the market can do whatever it wants to do. There's obviously liquidity lying under here. However, my preference would be buys, but there's no reason that market can't just collapse on this move here that came up and ripped through a lot of sellers if they were short market. But we will wait and see. We won't predict, we'll just react.